La 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 la. Howdy, folks. How is the sound? Before anything at all, you need to have good sound so you can hear me talking about songs from the 80s. Sound is good? Excellent. If you want better sound, head over to my GoFundMe, which is advertised below. I'm trying to raise money to get new sound equipment so I can sound better. But at least sound sounds good. Sounds, that's a tongue twister. Sounds. Right, okay. Let people have a chance to hop into the stream. And we're going to be talking about my personal top 5 favourite 80s Disney songs. To be fair, there weren't many animated films from Disney's main animation studio in the 80s, so there wasn't that many to pick from. But this is what was voted for. Evan, I already know about your opinion on my sound. You don't have to keep repeating it. Thanks. Miss Crowley, what do you think of the new Tom and Jerry movie? I've not seen it, I'm afraid. Well, when I say afraid, I'm glad I didn't see it. I've heard some really bad things about that film. Zelda, how am I doing? I'm alright. It's not being as hot today in Sheffield, so that's good. Yeah. It's been alright. I spent today starting watching The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. First time ever watching it. I'm going to be doing a review of it on Puppet Panic this month. So yeah. Don Bluff, are you excited for Luca this Friday? It depends entirely on whether I finish the Age of Resistance review on time. Yeah, I've got it logged down on my schedule. I like to do a video on it, but it all depends on how long the Age of Resistance video takes. Blah 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 blah. Cursed, on an unrelated note, I just found out that Wallace and Gromit are getting their own statue in Preston Lace this year. Yes, they are. Yeah, I saw about that. Yeah. Mr. Burley, have you seen the new Loki show? No, I haven't. I've been so busy with my Gurren Lagann review that no one's watched by the end that I've not really had a chance to watch anything that's come out. So my mum just watched Don Bluth and other 89 Disney movies, so there weren't that many. Don Bluth, good news, my aunt and cousins love Wolf Walkers. Fantastic! Oh, that is good news. Brilliant. Okay, I think we should definitely start the countdown. Let's get the countdown going. Okay. So, where do I begin? So, here are my choices for my favourite top 5 80s Disney songs. What is at number 5? Number 5 is Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company. This song isn't just a great introduction to Dodger's charismatic charm in the film because of how much the lyrics and Billy Joel singing gets across his personality. It's also a musical number about feeling empowered without any money, how Dodger embraces his poverty through street-savvy instincts and clever survival skills. But let's be fair, to simply put it, it's just a really, really catchy song with an upbeat mood and optimistic rhythm. Unlike a lot of Disney songs of the time, Why Should I Worry actually reflects 80s music culture, giving us unique sounds of a retro period. The kind of sounds you not usually associate with Disney musicals. It's what makes it so special. Oh, and I also like how the song uses dog howls in a melodic, fun way. Heck, a big appeal of the song is how it really does sound like an anthem for street dogs. So I'd like to ask all of you, what do you think of Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company? Dogs don't use money, yes, but his owner has money. Technically, in the story, he is in poverty. Trying to find where I'm in chat now. Jojo, I knew the song was going to be on the list. As soon as I realised this was the topic I'll be doing, I thought, yeah, why should I worry? Why should I worry? We'll be on the list. Don't know where, but I know it's going to be on there. Zelda. Don't really remember much about Oliver and Company. I suggest rewatching it. It's a good film. Not great, but good. I put number 4. Why did I put number 4? That's weird. Hang on, I'll change that. Number 5. Okay, Streamlabs, let me do this. Okay, that should be number 5 now. Weird Guy. It's definitely a catchy song. Yes, it's incredibly catchy. You might have heard me sing, like humming or singing it in a stream before, just because it just pops into my head all of a sudden. Kurt sees the means of the kibble. Lisa Ramsey, such an underrated film. Bette Midler is great in her song too. Rosette, have always enjoyed it and it gets stuck in my head. Don Bluth, I love the part where the girl dogs were flattered by Dodger's looks. Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, any other thoughts on why should I worry from Oliver and Company? Let me know. Always interested to hear what other people think of the songs I've chosen. Nick, I love Why Should I Worry, even though I haven't seen Oliver and Company. The song is easily the most iconic part of the movie, and I always love listening to it. The best part is the chorus. Yeah, the... it is iconic. Whenever I think of Oliver and Company, that song just pops into mind first. Even though it has all these other memorable parts, and it has these darker moments that will stick with you and maybe traumatize kids, it's Why Should I Worry that really clicks straight to mind as soon as someone says, hey, Oliver and Company. It just sticks out. It's like just pops in the film. Very memorable. Nick, by the way, just started learning French recently. Ooh, very interesting. Good luck with that. I took French at school, and I did pretty badly. I did okay at first, because my mum could kind of talk French and taught me a few things. But then I didn't do very well, let's just say. I'm not good at learning languages in general. Don Bluth, Billy Joel was perfectly cast. Definitely, yeah. Because he's not just a great singer for Dodger, he's a great actor for Dodger as well. Really fits the role. Listy Rimsey, kind of wish Billy Joel had been used more than once, like they did with Phil Collins. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I really do feel like Billy Joel could be cast in other projects, or maybe had his narrative songs put over Disney films. So I definitely get what you mean. Okay, let's move on to my number 4. So what's my number 4? What if I pick for number 4? What do you think? It is Goodbye May Seem Forever from The Fox and the Hound. It felt wrong to not put this song on my list. It's the sad moment in the film where Widow Tweed decides to let Todd into the wild. What makes the song unique for a Disney musical number is that it's completely spoken word and the lyrics are inside Tweed's head. It's not a show tune or a power ballad, but something internal and nuanced. We're basically listening to Tweed wrestle with her thoughts as she tries to come to terms with saying goodbye to Todd, all while the fox himself has no idea what's happening, bless him. And it's all bookended with a choir of voices chanting the message of the song. It's so sweet. While I know some might argue that Tweed's goodbye will be unnecessary if she just moved home, I think that's a very privileged way of looking at her situation. Not everyone has the freedom to simply change houses, especially Tweed, whose home is her very business. Plus, it's not like it's an easy choice for her. She's not trying to be cruel or reckless. She's just going for the decision that she thinks is best. So, what does everyone else think of Goodbye Means May Seem Forever? There's just tears in the chat now. Because I remember this weird thing I did in my French lesson where we repeated our French pronunciations to these animal avatars. That does sound strange, but kind of fun. Listy Rimsey, no! Zelda, and make me cry. This is just sad faces and sad reactions. Listy Rimsey tries to retrieve heart because Jambareeqi just ripped it out. I'm sorry! It had to go on this list. Don Bluth, Fox and the Hound was a really emotional film. Miss Crowley, the voice of Lotso, died yesterday. Yes, he did, sadly, and Ned Beatty. Nick, I haven't seen The Fox and the Hound in a really long time, and I don't completely remember Goodbye May Seem Forever, but it's a very beautiful melody that's guaranteed to make you cry and pull on your heartstrings. Kirst, I randomly thought about this song while I was on a residential with my class, and I was already feeling homesick, so those two things combined made me pull my eyes out. Oh, bless you, I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's a song that can reach beyond what its intention is within the film. Like, it can speak to you as a person if you're having to say goodbye to someone. Listy Rimsey, I like that it's not really a song, but it's more like a poem set to music. Yes, that's what I was trying to say, is that it's way more internal, it's more talk singy, and like, yeah, you don't really hear that very often in a Disney musical, and I think that's what... It's not just a sad and emotional song, it's a song that takes a big chance. They could have easily had Tweed, like, singing to the moon or something at night before saying goodbye to Todd, but no, they went for something a lot more subtle. I really respect that. Zelda, when I was little, I was sitting next to my mum when that music came on, and I saw that scene and asked my mum what's happening. She replied she has to let him go. Aww. Don Bluth, I like the song, but the other song by Big Mama was a bit better. Yeah, it was pretty difficult for me to choose, but I just felt like, yeah, this is the more iconic song, and this is the one that I remember more. I love Pearl Bailey, I really do, but this is the song that, like, this is the heart of the film, almost, even. Weird Guy, I remember watching The Fox and the Hound in Kindergarten and thinking the dogs were cute, but it was also really sad. Yeah, it is cute, but sad, yeah. So yeah, any other thoughts on Goodbye May Seem Forever before I move on to my number 3 pick? Any thoughts at all? Don Bluth, Fox and the Hound 2 was not that good. Yeah, I know. And very, 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 very unnecessary. Zelda, I'm crying, that's all I'm saying. Oh, bless. Aww. The thing is, I can't really talk because I've played with people's emotions before with quizzes. When I've done quizzes at conventions, and it's like animation related, I will always have like the question, which is Fox and the Hound 3 Friends Reunited. Is that a real or fake movie? And then I have to reveal it's fake. They didn't reunite. That's the bastard side of me. Everyone. I know it's mean. Jojo says he's playing FIFA 20 while watching this. Wow. Very, very talented multitasking there. Okay, so I think everyone just wants to move on from this one because it's sad. So let's move on. Okay. So what's my number 3? What could my number 3 be? It is not loading. There we go. It is, number 3 is The World's Greatest Criminal Mind from The Great Mouse Detective. This classic villain song truly embodies Ratigan as an antagonist. Every aspect of his character rings through the musical number. The posh brass orchestra reflects his desire to be upper class. His crowd of minions chanting his name foreshadows his fascist intentions, and his anger towards Basil, foiling his plans, hypes up his need to succeed. There's also some great storytelling throughout the song, from a moment where the song quietens down to focus on Ratigan's self-pitying, to when the musical number stops to a halt so Ratigan can punish a drunk henchman, only for the song to go straight back after. The best Disney songs to me are detailed and creative enough to get across a whole narrative under a few minutes, and I think The World's Greatest Criminal Mind is a fantastic example of this. So, what does everyone else think of The World's Greatest Criminal Mind? Listy, somehow I knew this would appear. It had to. It's Vincent Price. Vincent Price is just going to win at everything. Don Bluth for Ratigan. Oh, Ratigan. It is a very catchy way of saying his name has a really great rhythm to it when you chant it. Like, Ratigan. It's got something to it. You can't really do that with a lot of the other Disney villain names. You've got Jafar. 80's. Ratigan has more to it. You can work with it more. You can make it sound melodic. So, yeah. Mr. Crowley, I love this song. Very good, very good. This from Z. I actually watched Basil the other day, and this scene was what I was most looking forward to. Yes! I love so many parts of The Great Mouse Detective, but when you get to the villain song, it's like, yes! Especially when Vincent Price is just so great at hamming up his bad guys. Don Bluth. Fun fact, Vincent Price was also a Michael Jackson song Thriller. Yes, he was the narrator in Thriller. Weird Guy also think it's a good villain song. So yeah, any other thoughts on this song? Jojo, Vincent Price says that The Great Mouse was his favourite film to work on. I can hear that. I can really, you can totally hear him having so much fun behind the microphone. Nick, for starters, I think The Great Mouse Detective is underrated. Agreed. As for the World's Greatest Criminals, it's a great and catchy song that I think only Vincent Price could pull off. Yeah, I do agree. There needed to be that style of performing for that kind of character. It really did. You couldn't just have anyone doing that voice. So when he has to sing, when he has to like turn the character a Broadway performer, almost like saying, it works. He transitions into it. Zelda, RRP Drunk Mouse. Oh yeah. Rosa, I love that he is so into the character and song. He is. There's just so much joy behind his voice. Like, the best villain voiceovers just sound like the voice actors are sinking their teeth into how evil their character is. Listrum's, oh no, sad again thinking of Drunken Mouse. Damn it. I didn't intend that. Don Bluth, he really enjoyed that. I bet he still has memories of it in the afterlife. Oh, that's a sweet thing to say. Miss Burley, did you watch the new Netflix movie Wish Dragon? I like to stick to topic, Miss Burley. I like to stick to what we're discussing at the moment, but I have not seen Wish Dragon now. So yeah, any other thoughts on the world's greatest criminal mind? Any other thoughts at all? I like hearing what other people have to say about my picks. So whatever you think of the song, you might have like a little detail you want to add, go for it. Zelda, I would pick to be part of that song. Seems upbeat. Miss Burl, even Emma, you mean it? I don't get what you're saying. Sorry. List rooms, it would definitely be on my list. It's Miss Burl, even Mina, you mean it? Again, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Don Bluth, I felt bad for the drunk mouse. Everyone's just talking about how they feel sorry for the drunk mouse. Yeah, it felt right to have this song on the list. It really did. And the thing is, The Great Mouse Detective isn't really a musical. So to think that one of its rare songs that appears has ended up on the list is testimony to how good it is. It beat out songs from actual musicals. Oh, it's a line from the song. Alright, okay. Yes, it is. I listened to it today, so I don't know why I forgot that. Okay, we all feel sorry for the drunk mouse. Okay. We'll make a memorial for the drunk mouse. I think what makes that drunk mouse death scene so traumatizing is the fact that the drunk mouse is so intoxicated that it doesn't even comprehend what it's going through. And it just dies while wasted. That's really sad. Zelda, you know, it's more fun watching top 5 list on stream than a recorded video. That's the thing. That's why I really wanted to start doing this. I noticed no one else is doing this kind of thing, and it's really fun to do a top 5 while seeing people's reactions live and letting people in the chat kind of like add to the discussion. So like, yeah, I totally get why. Don Bluth, can you believe Don Bluth was making his movies while Disney's movies came out? Yeah. Let's remember, the shadow on that wall and the quiet satisfying meow is what gets me. Oh yeah. Ugh. Anyway, I don't think anyone else has got anything to say about this song, so let's move on. And I'm gonna reveal my number 2. My number 2 is Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. There's no Little Mermaid without Part of Your World. There just isn't. Sorry, Katzenberg, there isn't. It's a song that represents the heart of the film's story. A teenager who feels that she belongs somewhere else and tires of living under the sea. Human culture truly fascinates her. It's her greatest passion, and she sings about land life with a genuine enthusiasm. Prince Eric is just a bonus for her dream to explore the world of humans. The fact that the musical number ends with Ariel looking on at the land surface while waves roar around her perfectly encapsulates the song's entire purpose within the movie. So yeah, what does everyone else think of Part of Your World? It had to be on the list. Same for Suto. I just got it up with 4 and 5. 5 was Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company. 4 was The Fox and the Hound song Goodbye May Seem Forever. List Rimsey, Dawn Tooting. Don Bluth, an iconic song. Weird Guy, the instrumental of Part of Your World is especially beautiful. It is. It really is. It's so tender. Zelda, I sang that song as a little girl because I loved it so much. I was wearing my Little Mermaid dress. Oh, that's so cute. Don Bluth, I personally believe this song, without this song, Little Mermaid wouldn't be as good. 100% agree. Really do. It's like all of her character development, like the essence of a character development even, is in that song. It really is. Listening Rooms, I enjoyed the sentiment of it, except I'm opposite to Ariel. I want to be alone and under the sea. That's a bit like her daughter Melody. Kirst, I get chills when we reach the climax of this song. It's such an epic crescendo to conclude on. Yes, it is, and the waves sync with that. Ugh, so good. Nick, this is my number 1 favourite 80s Disney song. The Little Mermaid is my favourite Disney princess movie. It's so beautiful and emotional and makes me cry. Aww. And it's the main reason Ariel is one of my biggest crushes ever, as well as one of my favourite Disney characters ever. Oh, bless. Listy Rimsey. Part of Your World was originally going to be cut, wasn't it? Yes, Katzenberg saw a kid drop their popcorn while watching The Little Mermaid's Part of Your World. I was like, we need to cut it, we need to cut it! Reason 550 that Katzenberg is a twit. Rosette, love both versions and how they have different meanings and context between the original and the reprise. The reprise. I've learned to say that better recently. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Don Blue, you can conduct an orchestra of this song. You can, yeah. Zelda, the visual of her hair flowing, it really shows her enthusiasm. It does, yeah. I forgot who, was it Glenn Keane who did Ariel's animation? Jojo Katzenberg wanted to cut the song because of the poor reception it got from kids. That's an exaggeration, like I just said. All that really happened was one kid dropped his popcorn while watching it. That's it's a quiet moment. Kids aren't going to go, yay! They're not. Katzenberg's an idiot. Don Bluth, yes. It was Glenn Keane. Yeah, Glenn Keane does a really good job with Part of Your World, like the way that he animates her face as she's looking up into like a distant dreams, and the way she looks at the human object she loves. Oh, adore it, love it, perfect. Chef's kiss. So yeah, any other thoughts on Part of Your World from Little Mermaid, my second favourite 80s Disney song? Zelda, it makes my mama smile. Aww, that's sweet. Listeners, audience preview reactions of both saved and ruined films. I'm on the fence about whether or not they should be done. Yeah, it's kind of tricky because it can help you to improve a film, but it can also help you. It can also take you down a road where you miss the point and you kind of forget the root of the film or the heart of the film. It kind of depends on the audience, I'd say. It definitely depends on the kind of audience you're going to test it in front of. Definitely has to be the target demographic, I would say. Don't believe I really thought it was going to be number one. Oh! Judge, speaking of Going Clean, what did you think of Over the Moon? I've not seen it yet. I definitely want to, though. I'm probably going to do a video on it as well. I'm considering doing a video on it. I think I nominated it for a Jambareeqi Orange episode, but it didn't win. Zelda, so I put it on for her when she's upset. Oh, that's really nice of you. I can't remember. My mum likes Donny Osmond, so if I wanted to cheer her up, I just play a Donny Osmond song. And she's met Donny Osmond as well. Okay, so yeah. Any more thoughts on Part of Your World before I reveal my number one pick? Any things you'd like to add to the discussion? I'm guessing the chat's just kind of stopped now. I don't know why. Have we explored everything that could be said about this song? And anything? I do get the impression that we have said everything, but I just want to give people a chance to like throw in any points they want to make. Now's your chance before I move on to number one. I've got Why Should I Worry in my head. We've gone through all these different songs, and it's Why Should I Worry is still the one that's stuck in my head. Lissy Rimsey, Jodie Benson was perfect. Yes, I love Jodie Benson's singing for her. She managed to find this balance of sounding vulnerable and strong, which is so difficult to do. And it's really interesting to see Jodie being directed by Howard Ashman in the singing booth. Really fascinating seeing how they work off each other and Howard Ashman's perfectionism. I do encourage people to also check out the Howard Ashman documentary Howard. It's on Disney Plus. It's really sad, but also really fascinating at the same time. And just there's so many things I didn't know about Howard until I saw that documentary. Evan, what was number 4 and 3? Number 4 was Goodbye Mason, Forever from Fox and the Hound, and 3 was The World's Greatest Criminal Mind from The Great Mouse Detective. Don't believe I knew it was that song that was going to stick. Yeah, it's Why Should I? No, it's going to get DMCA'd. Zelda, her voice is beautiful, so calming. It is. It's a gorgeous voice. Liz Rimsey, I'm glad she still works at singing and voice acting. She does, yeah. I can't remember the last thing she was in, but she is still active. Don't believe Peaceful is a peaceful sounding singing voice. But at the same time, even though she has this very gentle singing voice and you can tell that her character's thinking throughout the song, as soon as she's on her rock and the waves are roaring around her and she's looking on land, her voice just goes bellowing into something much deeper and louder because she's like, I've got to be out there. I've spent all this time thinking about it. I've got to get out there. Okay, let's reveal my pick for number 1. So, what do you think it is? What do you think is my number 1 choice for top 5 80s Disney songs? How well do you know me? Which song do you think it could be? Number 1. Which one do you think number 1 could be? Oh yeah, Jodie Benson was in Enchanted. She was, yeah. Any guesses, anyone? Sent for Soup to Hellfire. Hellfire was a 90s song. I think I had it at my number 1 for my 90s top 5. I think, no, I had it in number 2. Number 1 was Circle of Life. Don Bluth, where are the songs from the Black Cauldron? The Black Cauldron, no, I've just... I don't remember the songs ever sticking with me. I don't think there's that many either. Listening Busy, honestly, I can't remember what came out that decade. Don't blame you. Mr. Prolly, Under the Sea. Right, okay. So, my number 1 favorite top 5 song... my number 1... Explain better. My number 1 favorite song from an 80s animated Disney movie that was released in theaters is Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. This is a song that I've listened to again and again and again and again and again. When I do karaoke with my friends, Poor Unfortunate Souls is maybe my favourite song to pick. It's this sinister villain song that demonstrates Ursula's conning tricks, diva charisma and seduction skills, all while showing the audience how her magic works. Ursula's drag queen inspired personality is what makes this song so fun to me. She sings every lyric with this flamboyant diva energy that enchants both Ariel and the audience. The whole song is just bursting with dark atmosphere building and nautical imagination. I love it so much. I especially like how the song escalates more and more as it goes along. The more Ursula loses her patience, the angrier her voice sounds. The further the deal comes together, the more spectacular the visuals become. It's freaking awesome! So yeah, what does everyone else think of Poor Unfortunate Souls? Rosette, is Poor Unfortunate Souls your favourite Disney villain song? Ooh, it probably is. Yeah. I love so many other villain songs, but it probably is. I don't know. I might end up doing like a stream where I talk about my top 5 Disney villain songs one day, so I don't want to... I don't want to be 100% on that. Nick, it feels like cheating to have 2 songs from the same movie on this countdown to me. That's up to you. If that's your opinion, fair enough, but like I'm just going with songs. That these aren't the top 5 movies or anything like that. These are the songs. I'm not gonna just pick a song from it. I also never established at the beginning of this stream that a rule would be I'm only going to pick songs, 1 song from each movie. If I'd said that, then I'd agree with you. I was cheating, I was breaking a rule, but that rule was never established. And it would just be unfair. It would be unfair to have that rule, I think, because it's like saying this song can't be better than that song because they're both in the same film. No. Where am I in chat? Where am I in chat? I've just lost where I am now. Zelda, I love that it was very slow and then she became obsessed with her deal. Very good character read. Yes. Don Bluth, Ursula is like a demon octopus hybrid. Evan J. Sims, I asked that, not Rosette. My bad. Cursed, once again, I love the build up towards the end, and I love Ursula's increasing evil facial expressions. Pure nightmare fuel. Yeah, I think that's the main thing everyone gets out of the song, like I said, is the escalation and how it builds up. It just explodes by the end. Which kind of, when I think about that, mirrors part of your world, because that has the same kind of feel. Like, she's more and more excited about going to the human land, but it's in a more innocent and affectionate tone. But with Poor Unfortunate Souls, it's escalating in a more sinister kind of way. Liz Ramsey, she's actually a hexapus because the animators couldn't make 8 tentacles look good. Oh, okay. Weird guy. In general, I just really like Ursula as a villain. The song is awesome. If you like Ursula, and take what I'm about to say with a pinch of salt, because... Okay, Ursula is based on a drag queen called Divine, who is one of my heroes. Divine was very famous back in the 80s and in the 70s, mainly made really weird B-movies with filmmaker John Waters, but also did these really catchy, inspiring disco songs that I really love. So yeah, if you like Ursula, you're gonna love Divine, but at the same time, Divine is a much more crude Ursula, let's just say. Don Blue, that song to me was okay. It never hyped me up. Fair enough. Nick, well, either way, Poor Unfortunate Souls is an awesome villain song. It's so delightfully evil, and Pat Carroll clearly had an absolute blast singing. It was an absolute riot of a song that will easily get you to jump out of your seat and roar with excitement. Yes, like I said, I love to sing the song when I'm doing karaoke streams with my friends. I really do. I'm like, right, this is the first song I'm doing. I just love to do it. Zelda, whoever sung that song had fun doing it. Yes. I think the voice actress's name is Pat Carroll, but I... Curse, filth of my politics, filth of my life. Yes! Nick, I think my favourite drag queen is either Alyssa Edwards or this other one called Ginzilla. Mine is... It's Divine. Coco Peru is one of my favourites. Peaches Christ as well. I think I've liked some of their stuff. Yeah, I love drag queens. Lisa Rooms, I generally felt sorry for when her hench eels were killed. Agreed. Yeah, I really like seeing that side to her. No other villains don't care about their minions, but she loved her babies. Because they're more than minions to her. They're her pets. And you don't see that. You really don't see that often. And like a lot of Disney villains have animals as their minions, but they kind of treat them like dirt, really. Evan J. Sims, have you heard the original villain song Silence is Gold? And you can find it on the special features on the DVD. I might have heard it years ago, but I don't remember. Wigan, that's pretty cool. Always heard about that, but I didn't know which drag queen she was based off of. Divine. I love Divine. Really, you got to check out the documentary I'm Divine as well, which really chronicles how fascinating their life was, but also kind of sad towards the end. Nick Cheese, Ursula's voice actress is Pat Carroll. Yes, got it right. Okay, so yeah, Poor Unfortunate Souls is my number one favourite 80s Disney song. I want to know from you, before I head off, what is your number one favourite song from an animated Disney movie of the 80s that was from their main animation studio? Listen, Rimsey, I probably have the same list. Oh, interesting. Evan J. Sims, this is a stupid question. Who is better character, Ursula or Sister Morgana? I've not watched Little Mermaid 2 in a long time, so I don't want to make that comparison, but at the same time, I feel like it is Ursula, just because Ursula's so fantastic. Don Bluth, mine is Under the Sea. Interesting, because... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to spoil anything for a project that my composer, Karanson, is working on. Zelda, Ursula, why would she have a sister? Jojo, Jennifer Suitors. Oh, do you mean Jennifer Saunders? Jennifer Saunders was originally going to play Ursula. That could have worked, I think, but I don't think she could have recaptured Divine. I think that's one of the best things about Pat Carroll is how well... It's like Pat Carroll brings Divine back to life. And that's hard to do, because Divine is just so out there. Rosette, if you see a picture of Divine next to Ursula, you can see the similarities. Yes, the makeup design is heavily influenced by Divine, and like the hairstyle, that was like a wig that Divine would wear, particularly for music videos or public events, which also adds to the theatricality of that character. Don Bluth, my second is the song by Big Mama. Yep, yeah, that's a good song as well. Cursed, Ursula's crazy sister. Yeah. Evan J. Sims, don't have my favourite 80s Disney songs except for the ones in The Little Mermaid. Fair enough. Any others? Anyone else want to add their number one favourite 80s Disney song from an animated Disney movie? Anyone? Anybody at all? And then I've got to head off and I've got to carry on watching The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Yes, there's 10 episodes and most of them are almost an hour long. So I've got to spend ages trying to watch every single one of them. And I should be writing the script on Wednesday. But I'm also going to watch the making of. I want to watch the making. I want to see how they did the modern puppetry. Zelda. Imagine Han wrote that song in the original story of The Little Mermaid. Weird guy. I'll go with Why Should I Worry? Ooh, interesting. My number 5 is your number 1. I like that. Interesting. Evan, what episode of Age of Resistance are you on? I think I'm on 2. Because I've been doing other things as well. I've been prepping for this stream and other things, so I've not had too much time to watch the show. But I think after the stream, I'm going to watch a bunch. Then tomorrow, all of tomorrow, for like I'm going to do like a 24/7 stream, 27 marathon of watching the rest of the show. List Rimsey. I do like Perfect Innocent Easy, or what it called. Simply doing. I haven't seen any 80s movies recently, but that's the answer. Whichever one is freshest in my mind. Don't believe. Even though I wasn't born in the 80s in general, the 80s produced nice songs. Yes, I was born in 1990, so a lot of my like toddler years, let's say, had a bit of 80s to like atmosphere to it. It's kind of surreal to think about when I look back on it. It's like I experienced both the 80s and the 90s, even though I wasn't in the 80s. It's really strange. Okay, I better head off now. Better go on this marathon. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Really do. I that's my main concern, is that you're entertained, and hope you're well. Hope you're all happy. And I hope you're having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is for you. Just hope and love to you all. And